Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Thanks, man, for having me on.
Most definitely, Jarell. First of all, I love your freaking song.
Thank you.
first, first of all, I mean, we mentioned a little bit about you earlier in the show. And we were talking about your work with Fat Joe and Chris Brown. How did that collaboration come about?
Yeah, that collaboration on another round was really just kind of crazy happening. You know, I got a call from my writing partner KJ, Mr. Billboard. Shout out to him. He was in Miami and ran into Joe at the studio, and Joe was like, "Hey, I have this track. I really need a dope hook. Like, let's put it together." You know, so KJ sent the track to me, and we kind of vibed off of it for a few minutes, and I cut the demo really quick at my place. I have a studio set up, and then the next thing I knew, like a month or two later, Chris Brown was on it. You know,
Wow, that had to be
it was really exciting.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jarell, how did you get started in this business?
You know, I kind of well, I mean, I started out singing and writing when I was younger, growing up in church and singing in a church choir.
Hmm.
And then when I got to college is when I really started getting into the writing thing. I had a band at UCLA, and we were doing shows here and there, and some big competitions at UCLA, and getting a fan base. And when I graduated was when I really decided that I wanted to keep pursuing it.
Hmm.
So, you know, I had a couple videos on YouTube that were getting, you know, 1,000 hits, 30, 50, 100,000 hits there. So I was getting a lot of traffic from that and getting a lot of people approaching me
Hmm.
for writing, and it was mostly for writing. So that's kind of how it came about. And from then on, you know, I just began working with different people, meeting as many people as I could, and just pitching these records.
Hmm. So, and how did you transition from doing the songwriting to stepping right back into the front and doing the singing?
I think, well, like I originally started out in 2009. I released a mixtape on my own uh, as an artist, and then after that, I got really caught up in the writing, and we had done hundreds and hundreds of songs, and after a while, I started feeling like I wasn't really being fulfilled anymore because
Mm.
I was, you know, always reaching for somebody else or
Mm.
trying to do, you know, a certain style of music, and trying to, you know, cater to whatever the next whatever the next big thing was going to be. But I had kind of forgotten about myself and what I
Mhm.
really wanted to say. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I really want to love it.
Yeah.
So that's when, you know, about a year ago is when I started really getting back into my own stuff. And the song that you mentioned, if it ain't too late, was actually a song that I had begun writing 3 years ago,
Wow.
and I had never finished it. So like I just had the verse and the hook and like an idea for the bridge, and when I started working with one of my producers, E-Ty, like I brought the song to him and said, hey, what do you think of this? You think we can do anything with that? And so he laid the guitar down, and I was like, hey, you know, this might be it. And so people have been reacting um, really positively to it. So I'm excited about that. You know, that I was able to go back and kind of bring that side of me back to life.
Most definitely. And the song "If It Ain't Too Late." I mean, how would you describe it? It's not typical R&B. It has the flavors of a few different genres there. How would you describe your song "If It Ain't Too Late"?
You know, I always kind of say that no matter what kind of music that I'm singing on,
Hmm.
you always kind of feel that R&B vibe just
Hmm.
because I can't help it. You know, that's how I grew up,
Hmm.
and having those influences, you know, on my voice, like it's kind of unmistakable that I have kind of R&B vocals going on it. But you know, I would describe it as, you know, just acoustic pop. You know.
Mm. Okay. All right.
Yeah, a little bit, or alternatives, alternative R&B, whatever you want.
How would you describe your overall sound, though? I mean, we had that particular song, but what can we expect from future releases from Jarell Perry?
Yeah, well, the stuff we're working on now is definitely a mix of everything. I feel like we're in a place right now, like culturally, where people aren't really as concerned too much about genre, and the lines are really getting blurred, and I think that's a good thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, in my new stuff, what you're going to hear is a lot of acoustic elements,
Mm-hmm.
like that acoustic guitar, and maybe some keys and piano here and there. But we also like to color it with electronic elements and like influences from electronic artists, and things like that. So I'm really trying to be unpredictable, you know.
That's always good. Keep us
Yeah, yeah,
interested. Yeah, and
yeah.
who are some of the artists that you looked up to for what you're doing now and what we can expect from your future releases?
Yeah, the artists that I always say number one are people like Stevie Wonder, um, and Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Babyface, Anita Baker. These are the people that I grew up listening to at home, and then growing up, like current artists right now, there's John Legend and Alicia Keys, and then I'm also really inspired by new up and coming like indie artists from different genres, like Mike Snow right now,
Mm-hmm.
or someone who's been around like Santa Gold, or
Mm-hmm.
electronic artists like Resto and Diplo, stuff like that. So that's where you kind of get all of the mixes and different styles kind of like blending together.
Yeah. And I always ask this to especially the male, artists that come here on the show. How does Jarell Perry fit in a world of Trey Songz, Chris Brown, artists like that? Where do you fit into this music thing?
I would say like Jarell Perry is just Jarell Perry. You know, it's it's not really like you could fit me into a lineup necessarily with a Chris Brown or a Trey Songz or a Jason Derulo. I mean, maybe from a very very superficial level to say like because I'm a male R&B artist, but I think what I'm trying to bring to the table is something that's experimental and open,
Mm-hmm.
but still familiar enough that people can connect.
Definitely.
And I think that's what people will appreciate on my music.
And, anytime we have, singers come here on the show, we always ask them to sing a little something. And we definitely want to connect with your voice. So sing a little something for us so people can get to know why we had to have you here on the show.
All right, let me see. This is one of my favorite songs from Stevie Wonder. Lately I've had the strangest feeling, with no vivid reason here to find. Yet the thought of losing you is hanging round my mind. Far more frequently you're wearing perfume, which you say no special place to go. But when I ask if you'll be coming back soon, you don't know, never know. Well, I'm a man of many wishes. I hope my premonition misses. But what I really feel, my eyes won't let me hide. 'Cause they always start to cry. And this time could mean goodbye.
Yes, Jarell Perry just blew the roof off of Empire Radio. That was hot. Oh my goodness! Of course, you had to choose a Stevie Wonder song, probably one of the hardest people to cover.
Yeah,
Jarell
gotta be.
Perry. Wow,
Thank
that was
you.
amazing. Damn it. If you guys just tuned into TKIF Thank Campus Friday here on KEMPIRERadio.com, we're live with another artist that you need to get to know. I'm here with Jarell Perry. Jarell, we're going to play your song, If It Ain't Too Late, in just a few minutes. But before we do that, where can people get more info on you and what's coming up? Can we buy music?
Yeah, absolutely. So, If It Ain't Too Late is now available to stream on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Jarell Perry. But we're going to have it available on iTunes. It's coming out. You guys should buy it on Monday, June 18th. So check for that. I'm on Twitter at Jarell Perry, JarellPerry. And then there's also JarellPerry.com.
That's what I'm talking about. Jarell, thank you so much for being here on the show and singing your face off. Jarell, another question I love to ask, artists that are both, very active in the songwriting world. If you had to choose between being a singer versus a songwriter, which one would you choose and why?
I think with a singer you kind of get, well, being a singer and being a songwriter, you can really do both, you know what I mean? So with being a singer that I am and being an independent artist, that's what's given me the most control over my art, and so that's what I'm always going to go to. Like, that's always going to be number one.
Most definitely. Jarell, thank you so much for being here on TKIF. You have to come back and keep us posted on whatever's going on with your career. We're excited for you, and you just blew the roof off with that damn Lately cover. Damn it! Just because you were so damn good, can you sing something else for us before we play your song?
All right. Let me see. Going nowhere fast, sweet, rich, climax. But together we're alive. I'm getting so we choose to run away. You will separate. Don't wanna give inside, don't give up. Can't take it back. It's time to reach the climax.
Wow, really? You always choose really difficult songs to sing. Jarell Perry, an artist definitely to watch. Again, make sure you guys are following him on Twitter at Jarell Perry, and also go to JarellPerry.com. The single, If It Ain't Too Late, will be available on iTunes this Monday, but you can hear it first here on KEMPIRE Radio. Jarell, stay on the line. Thank you so much for being here on the show.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, check out If It Ain't Too Late for the very first time here on KEMPIRE Radio's TKIF Thank Campus Friday. Here's Jarell Perry.